The setting, Miami, Florida. The stage, the Orange Bowl. The directors, Oklahoma's Barry Switzer, Miami's Jimmy Johnson. The players, the Oklahoma Sooners and the Miami Hurricanes. The prize, the National Championship of College Football. 3 of the last 4 years, one of these two teams has battled for the national title. 1984, Miami versus Nebraska.
This is for the national championship for Nebraska.
1986, Oklahoma against Penn State. 1:52 to go in the Orange Bowl. Oklahoma, that far away from the national championship. Back to the run go the Sooners, and they break a big one. Off and running is Lydell Powers, and he is going to go the distance. Lydell Powers in standing up. And the national championship, with certainty now belongs to Coach Switzer and his Sooners. 1:42 to play, and they own it. 1987, Miami versus Penn State. Now the stage is set again. The national championship is on the line as the #1 ranked Oklahoma Sooners battle the only team successful against them in the past 3 seasons, the #2 ranked Miami Hurricanes. It's the Orange Bowl on NBC. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 1988 Orange Bowl. Don Crickey with Bob Trumpy. The long wait is over for the Sooners and the Hurricanes, and I don't think they can hold them back any longer. They're both experienced big game teams. In fact, this is the second time in 3 years that each of these ball clubs has been involved in a national championship game.
The big question, can Miami overcome the loss of 3 key starters, 2 to drug testing, 1 to injury?
Now, I tell you, I think the answer is no. This Miami offense is a team of balance. One of the guys they're missing, Matt Patchen, is their best run blocker. The other guy they're missing on the offensive line, John O'Neill, their best pass protector. It's going to be difficult for Steve Walsh to throw the ball. And, of course, anytime you play the wishbone, you've got to have excellent tacklers on the field. George Myra Jr. is the all-time leading tackler in the history of the University of Miami. But the boys from Miami do have an advantage. This is their home field.
And they've won the last 17 times they've played here.
And now, Coach Jimmy Johnson's team is ready to receive. Oklahoma won the toss, but Barry Switzer said we'll kick it off and put our #1 ranked defense on the field first. 2 freshmen are back for the Hurricanes of Miami. #3, Randall Hill, their best returner, almost 26 yards a return. He's to the right. That's Randall Hill, another freshman. #21, Alex Johnson, back with him. It is a natural grass field here at the Orange Bowl. Excellent playing surface. Weather conditions could not be better. A bit of a wind coming up, but no threat of rain. Ready to kick it off is Todd Thompson. He's a junior. He's the punter for the Sooners in the kickoff man. He'll be kicking to the closed end of the stadium with the wind at his back. Standing on start, rocking on going. Here it is, down to Randall Hill as he takes it back across the 10-yard line into the 20. A bit of open field for the moment. He's out to the 31-yard line. So here come the Miami Hurricanes on offense. Steve Walsh, #4. Penalty marker is down first. We'll see what that is. Let's go to lineup. Steve Walsh first. He is the quarterback, a 20-year-old sophomore. Warren Williams, an outstanding running back, averaging 5 yards a carry. Melvin Bratton is the fullback. An excellent big play man. Melvin Bratton has scored 32 touchdowns this season. Brian Blades, a very fast wide receiver. He's caught 29, 5 for touchdowns. There's the man to watch deep. Michael Irvin, 6 touchdown receptions. He holds all the Miami receiving records. The tight end is primarily a blocker, Alfredo Roberts. 1st and 10 now for Miami. It was a face mask penalty, ball position at the 34 as Walsh steps in, and he's going to have to run it. They don't like him to. Running him down very well is Troy Johnson. Very fast defensive end. Johnson, the number 2 tackler for the Sooners. The offensive line, there's been some changes there because of injury and suspension. Damon Bruce starts at left tackle. The Nona left tackle, a very good one. Patchen is out with a knee. Mike Sullivan from Chicago, a freshman, is the left guard. The center, Rod Holder, also a Chicagoan. He's a sophomore. Right guard, Bobby Garcia. He's moved in to start there because Scott Proven has moved from right guard to right tackle. Proven coming in for one of the players who was suspended for drug testing, John O'Neill. Gain of only a yard on the scramble by Walsh, and now he's ready to put it up deep. Out pattern goes to Alfredo Roberts, the little used tight end. That's only the 14th ball he's caught all season. Richard Dillon knocked him out of bounds, but see where they position the ball. It's going to be just short, it appears, Trump, of a first down. Reed, the outside left end or linebacker, whichever you prefer. He's a stand-up player. Curtis Williams, the left tackle. Dante Williams, a force at nose tackle, our most important player in this game. Starting at right tackle is Scott Evans. Darren Kirkpatrick, the starter, out with a knee injury. Roy Johnson, you just saw him. He's at right end. Donnie Jones, one of the inside backers, consensus All-American player. Richard Dillon might be the fastest linebacker for the Sooners, gets the least publicity. Derek White at right cornerback, and Lonnie Finch, 2 very fast defensive backs. The safeties, a pair of outstanding players, David Vickers and Ricky Dixon. Dixon, a consensus All-American. It's a first down with the ball is spotted out to the 45-yard line. Handoff goes to Warren Williams, and he takes it out close to the 49-yard line. Donnie Jones, Big 8 Defensive Player of the Year, makes the stop for the Sooners.
On in games of this magnitude, both coaches want to get their players' feet on the ground quickly. They've been hitting guys in the same color helmet now for about 6 weeks. They're very tired of seeing their own players as opponents. And what you generally see teams in games like this do is go what their bread and butter plays to start with. Miami to pass.
Miami deploys 2 wide receivers to the right. Blades and Irvin, they check off. They'll change as much as 80% of the time at the line of scrimmage. Out pattern by Walsh. He makes the connection to Michael Irvin, who is knocked down at the 45-yard line of the Sooners. But it's very close to a first down on 2nd and 6. Looks like he might have it.
On your point about the audibles, I don't think there's a quarterback in the country, high school, college, or professional, that calls more audibles. This is an audible taking advantage of a defensive alignment. This is a move the chains offense. They'll throw the ball underneath, and with their great skill position people, Blades and Irvin at the outside, hopefully they break a tackle, turn a 5-yard catch into a 20-yard gain.
That time it was good for the first down to the 44-yard line of the Sooners. Miami with the opening drive. Here's the handoff to Williams, a 5-yard carry runner. But the Sooners stuff him. Dante Jones shot the gap. Dante Williams, the nose tackle, was also on the stop. Dante Jones, not a big linebacker, 6'1", 225 pounds, but like all the Sooners on this side of the ball, they fly. Great speed on this team. But Miami, in upsetting Oklahoma the last 2 times they played in the 86 and 85 seasons, was victimized with the Sooners by the Miami passing game. Right now, the Miami Hurricanes come out with a 2nd down and 9 play. Over the middle, Alfredo Roberts had it and lost it. They ruled it an incomplete pass.
This defense of Oklahoma, outstanding. They led in total defense, scoring defense against some very stout teams like Nebraska for one. That's the big key for Miami tonight with their young quarterback. Identifying that defense, audibling at the line of scrimmage, trying to take advantage of its weakness.
Speed on the left flank now, Trump, as they put Brett Perriman, their fastest player, out there. Walsh, though, played fake and is ready to loop it downfield, and he goes to Irvin, who makes the reception. It's a first down for the Hurricanes as they move the ball down to the 30-yard line of Oklahoma. And McMichael is a defensive back covered, but Michael Irvin, a cocksure player who said during the week he tells defensive backs, don't worry, son, I beat everybody when he beats a DB.
That's a 13-yard completion, and one of the things Miami really likes to do is run crossing patterns so that these kids can catch the ball running. They have outstanding speed. McMichael in there almost as a 5th defensive back, just couldn't keep up with Irvin's foot speed.
So Urban's been a factor early as the Hurricanes are on the drive. First down, and here's Walsh dropping to throw, looping it down towards the end zone. There's speed going for the ball. It is caught by Melvin Bratton out of the backfield, but there's a penalty marker down at the line of scrimmage.
And that's against Oklahoma. 12 men on the field. A touchdown counts.
So the Hurricanes, the underdog, playing without their starting offensive tackles, make it happen fast after the opening kickoff. Down the field they go, and finally a 30-yard touchdown throw to Melvin Bratton, a very fast 225-pound fullback who's the #1 career touchdown scorer for Miami. That was his 33rd career TD.
Right from behind the defense. If this offense looks like a pro-style offense, it was patterned after the Miami Dolphins. Backs out of the backfield. Bratton, an excellent receiver. Nice throw by Walsh, and that kid's showing no jitters whatsoever when he's playing for the national championship.
Not at all. He hit 4 of 5 in that drive for 59 yards and a touchdown. And now the extra point is hit up and good by Greg Cox. Melvin Bratton with the #1 finger up, but there's a ways to go indeed. 11:32 to play in the first quarter. But underdog Miami has gone to the lead, 7-0. The Hurricanes kick it off when we come back. Miami going 65 yards in 8 plays after the opening kickoff, and now Edgar Bennis is ready to kick it off for the Hurricanes. As Oklahoma deploys great speed back to return it, Patrick Collins, a senior running back, and the fastest Sooner back with him is Anthony Stafford. Collins, number 33, Stafford to the left, number 25. 11:32 to go, first quarter. And the Hurricanes have taken a 7-0 lead. Miami under Jimmy Johnson is 40-8 in his 4 years here, but 0-3 in bowl games, and of course the bitter memory of last year's Fiesta Bowl, when the Hurricanes turned it over 7 times at Tempe, Arizona, and were upset for the national championship by Penn State. Miami coming in with an 11-0 mark this year, the same as the Sooners. Bennis hits it very high, and here comes Stafford, the sprinter from St. Louis. Special teams hit is a beauty at the 18-yard line. Coming down to lead the way was Michael Johnson, number 27. Here now is the young quarterback for the Oklahoma Sooners, Charles Thompson, a redshirt freshman from Lawton, Oklahoma. Scored 10 touchdowns this year. Lydell Carr is back in to start at fullback. Missed 3 games with a knee injury. Stafford, one of the runners in the wishbone. Patrick Collins is the other. They all average over 6 yards a carry. Cabin is the spread end. All-American Keith Jackson's at tight end. We'll see if the Miami defense can shut down the huge offensive blocking scheme. Here's the pitch back. Collins running with the ball, and very well as he crosses the 25-yard line. And Patrick Collins is out to the 27-yard line. Oklahoma, if you ain't got size, you ain't got nothing up front. They have an offensive line that might average 290 pounds. They say 280. John Phillips told me he thinks it's closer to 300. Hudson, an All-American guard at the left side. Latham has done an outstanding job at center. Anthony Phillips, brother of John Phillips, at right guard. And the biggest Sooner, Greg Johnson, is at right tackle. Huge, and they all can run. Sooners in a rare position early in this game. They're behind. Normally they go wire to wire. Handoff, the fullback. First back takes it, and Lydell Carr is ahead for a Sooner first down out to the 36-yard line. Looks Trump early like we might have a track meet.
Don, it's a very important yardage pickup as you look at the Miami defense here. I'll make my point. You go ahead and introduce the defense, Don.
Stubbs, a consensus All-American. Derwin Jones, a 275-pound tackle. Leading sacker is Greg Mark. Bill Hawkins, a big rangy defensive end. Linebackers, small but very fast for the Miami Hurricanes. We'll get to them in a minute. Is right now. It is first down and 10 for Oklahoma. Sooners 36-yard line. Give to the fullback. And goes Lydell Carr right into the middle linebacker, Bernard Clark, who is starting for the suspended George Myra Jr.
This wishbone offense starts with that fullback dive. The last time these two teams met, the fullback had 6 carries, 6 yards. Excellent job by Clark. He's right there, standing there in the middle. That's where George Myra, Bernard Clark is right there where George Myra Jr. would be.
Randy Shannon and Rod Carter, the other 2 backers for Miami. Second down and 8. Running in very well across the 45-yard line out to the 47 for the Oklahoma Sooners. Patrick Collins. There's Shannon, a 215-pound linebacker. Bernard Tiger Clark in the middle for George Myra Jr. Rod Carter's a destroyer at the weak linebacker position. Big-time hitter Bubba McDowell has blocked 8 punts in his career. Tolbert Bain is the other cornerback. They're all big, strong, run and hit. Darrell Fullington is the strong safety, and maybe the best player on the field for the Miami Hurricanes is Benny Blades. Player pro scouts project will go in the top 5 picks. And on third and less than 1, Thompson calls his own number and takes it ahead behind All-American guard Mark Hudson, who got a big block straight ahead. And the Sooners fire out and get a first down.
This offense of Oklahoma, since it put in the wishbone a number of years ago, has been one of the all-time great offenses. But this year led the nation in rushing offense, total offense. And most of the yards came from the 2 quarterbacks. Thompson and Jamel Holloway, now hurt, combined for 1,591 yards and 20 touchdowns.
They go to the fullback. Lydell Carr, the first down, and Ken Terry is cut down for a loss of maybe 2 yards, back to about the 46-yard line. Derwin Jones, a huge tackle, shot in and got him. Holloway, who's been the key man for the Sooners, quarterback the national championship team as a freshman, but he's out with knee surgery, although he's coming back nicely.
Switzer calls him the best wishbone quarterback he's ever had. Said the difference between Holloway and Thompson is that Thompson goes down when he's tackled. Holloway very, very strong with his stiff arm.
Second down and 12. Pitch back goes, and here comes Patrick Collins. He breaks the line of scrimmage, and he's out across the 50 and down close to the 44-yard line on a second down run. Patrick Collins, who, as you see, averages 7.6 a carry, is going to be about 2 yards short of a first down.
But Don, the majority of the yards Oklahoma getting here in this first offensive series for them on the outside. They want to start with that fullback up the middle. They keep going to the pitch. That's almost like a pass for most teams.
Well, as Barry Switzer says, Trump, they pass so little. He says, we pass when we want to hold the score down. They are not a good passing team, but they don't have to be. Over 400 yards a game running the ball, and Thompson keeps it himself on third down. It's going to be very close. Third down and 2 carry with 8:41 to go in the first quarter. Clock running, and Miami in the lead 7-0.
Oklahoma has had tremendous trouble running the wishbone against this defense. One of the things that I think helps is that Jimmy Johnson, when he was an assistant coach at Oklahoma, put in the wishbone with Barry Switzer and Galen Hall, now the head coach at Florida. So he knows the intricacies of the wishbone. And every time they play,
Thompson ready to hit it. He's been stronger later in the season. He's been better than that 38-yard average in the recent games. Brett Perriman, he gets into open field. That could be it. The fastest Miami Hurricane. Miami leads 7-0. Opening drive, a 30-yard touchdown pass. Walsh to fullback Melvin Bratton. Ball will be hit inside the 10. Sooners get a bounce, and they'll down the ball at the 2-yard line.
Don, it looked like his foot hit the goal line. They're going to mark it where he touched it, 41 yards. Kurt Casper downed it, but it looked like his foot hit the in line. And when it hits the goal line, then it should go to the touchback. Let's see once again. Not his foot, the other guy's foot. All right.
You're right there, spotting where the football was first touched at the 3-yard line. So now Miami has the long field to go, leading 7-0. Handoff. Warren Williams tries the middle and gets plenty. He's out to the 10-yard line. A 6-foot, 205-pound runner, north-south runner. Not much juking when he gets the ball. He heads right at you. Fifth-year senior from Fort Myers, Florida. He's been a very valuable part of this Miami team.
And we opened this ball game wondering about the offensive line of the Miami Hurricanes. So far, they're holding up fine. They are responding to the challenge.
2 starting tackles out, one with an injury, one due to suspension because of a drug issue. Pitch back. Again, an end up goes to, look at that strike by Darrell Reed, the outside end. The outside backer, really. You'll see these Oklahoma linebackers come up to the line of scrimmage like ends. They're interchangeable. They will rush the passer. Number 40, Darrell Reed, and Troy Johnson on the other side, number 80, lead the team in sacks. Lucius Selman, one of the defensive coaches, the former All-American at Oklahoma, said we have to create havoc in their backfield. Last time we played a gap defense, tried to control the line of scrimmage. We've got to get at least one of our ends and our nose tackle in the backfield because Walsh is expert at the short drop and the quick throw. There's a man in the backfield, and there's nothing there for Warren Williams as Darrell Reed from the left side got across the line.
Reed almost was offside, was able to get back, and then catches the play from behind. They try the straight dive. You see an excellent job from the outside by Reed. Good foot speed. From the I formation, Miami runs. From the split backs, they seem to throw.
This time, the #1 defense in the country stops the Hurricanes. So they go out. It's 4th down now and ready to punt the ball after 3 downs and out for the offensive unit is Jeff Fiegels. He really unloads.
Whoa.
Driving back, Derek White. Free ball. It wasn't touched. It'll be down by Miami at the 21-yard line. Jeff Fiegels with a huge punt. 65 yards. Don Criqui with Bob Trumpy. 5:48 to play, first quarter, Orange Bowl in Miami. The underdog Hurricanes of Miami have just got a 65-yard punt off the foot of Jeff Fiegels. Handoff right up. No, he keeps the ball, does Charles Thompson, faking to the fullback Lydell Carr. And the knockdown's made back at the 35-yard line. Bill Hawkins shot through. Has really come on for the Hurricanes in the season. As you see, a big rangy defensive end from nearby Hollywood, Florida.
It looks like Oklahoma is coming with an extra offensive lineman. They almost have an unbalanced line, and then they're running away from that unbalanced line. But the linebackers so far for Miami filling those gaps.
2nd and 14, as you see. Thompson pitch back. Stafford turns the corner, and Anthony Stafford on a 2nd and 14 play is out across the 40-yard line and out to the 44-yard line of Oklahoma.
Selwyn Brown on the tackle. When the Oklahoma Sooners go to the pitch, that means that things aren't working inside. The quarterbacks to this point in the season, 1987 season, have been the major ground gainers. Thompson, that one big pickup. The rest of the yardage from the outside.
Thompson, an excellent all-round athlete. He was drafted by the Cincinnati Reds to play Major League Baseball. And you might go that route. He's not a pro prospect, but he's got a long way to go in his career. As on the straight-ahead carry by fullback Lydell Carr. Bernard Clark comes in and makes the knockdown on 3rd down and about 4. They're shut down, and again the punter comes on the field for Oklahoma. That's the way the Sooners like it. Ready to start the 2nd quarter. It's 7-0. The underdog Miami has the lead. Don Criqui with Bob Trumpy. Oklahoma coach Barry Switzer disdains the passing game. He says we do our throwing and pregame warm-up, but he might have to put it up here tonight, Trump.
Don, first quarter, 2 big surprises. 1, Oklahoma averaging 43 points per game shut out in the first quarter. And 2, I'm very impressed with the poise of Steve Walsh, their Miami quarterback. He's not bothered at all by the national championship.
Now they say that's one of his strong suits. Mistake-free football won him the job, Walsh. And now Thompson punts the ball, a knuckler downfield. Perriman again lets it take a hop, and it takes a big Sooner bounce. As the maroon shirts from Norman, Oklahoma surround the ball at the 13-yard line. Jamel Holloway on the left, the injured quarterback, the starter this season. Counseling Charles Thompson, who stepped in to replace him after he went down with that knee injury. Here's what Oklahoma's done so far, though. Not much has happened for the Sooners.
In a year when you average 428 yards of offensive game, I hope to tell you, they don't expect that.
First down and 10 for Miami. 2nd back, trying to find room, and Warren Williams gets out to about the 25-yard line. Gained only a 1.5 yards on the play. Leonard Conley comes into the backfield.
So far, Miami doing a great job against, I think, a bigger defense up front. You see these guys are excellent pass protectors. They look like pro offensive linemen. Stand up and try to bench press those defensive linemen away. That time, Leonard Conley, Jimmy Johnson likes to alternate his backfields. Presently, they have Cleveland Gary at fullback, Leonard Conley at halfback, give the starters a little blow.
Steve Walsh was a high school All-American at Creighton High School in St. Paul, Minnesota. Came to the passing school and now starting as a redshirt sophomore. He's 20 years old, loops it downfield, too high, and the Sooners have it. Ricky Dixon, the All-American, takes it back inside the 40, and Dixon still working at it. Not done yet. Turning to the outside, there's a marker down for an illegal block, but Oklahoma finally forces a turnover with 6:21 to play in the first half. The Sooners will get it on the Miami side of the field.
The entire team has thrown just 9 interceptions all season long. Walsh's 7th of the year. That ball should not have been thrown. Don't throw the ball late down the middle. And that's exactly what Walsh tried to do. We do have a clip on the end of the play, but once he's pressured, you got to start looking to the outside. First mistake he's made tonight, frankly, it's allowable. He tries to get the ball to 33 Harriman. Dixon right there to make the interception. First turnover of the night, and obviously the best field position Oklahoma's had tonight.
Now back to live action. First back through is the fullback. Lydell Carr hit straight ahead, knocked down on the play by Derwin Jones. That was only the 8th interception that Steve Walsh has thrown this season.
Make this point about Lydell Carr. Had knee surgery, came back, rehabilitated basically when the season was over. At some point, I think Oklahoma has to find out, are they stopping us, or is Lydell Carr not really sharp? And look at Rodney Anderson, the backup fullback.
They're concerned probably about going to Rodney. He's fumbled 7 times in his last 3 starts.
They need fullback yardage right now.
Second down and 6. Thompson takes it himself, puts his head down. He's taken on by Bernard Clark. Middle linebacker starting for suspended George Myra Jr. It'll be about a yard short of a first down, bring up 3rd and short. The Sooners, ignited perhaps by the defensive play. The interception a bit earlier that got on this possession by Ricky Dixon was the 17th of his career. And that ties him with a famous name, particularly in Texas football history, Darrell Royal. He was Oklahoma's all-time leading interceptor as a player.
He's not been a weakness yet.
First back again. They shut down the fullback on 3rd and 1. And let's see if Switzer punts again. 5:02 to play.
Now you see what they're doing in those 3rd down and short yardage situations. They're putting Clark right up at the line of scrimmage. What Oklahoma would like to do is go with the double team. Barry Switzer thinking about this for he's right up there next to the tackles. There's no double team anywhere. And Clark is there untouched to make the tackle. And Oklahoma's going for it.
They are indeed trailing 7-0 in this national championship game. 4.5 minutes to go first half. Power set. Thompson pitches back, turning upfield is Stafford, and he dives over the top. And the Sooners have the first down on a standout effort by Anthony Stafford. Patrick Collins, not big, but a fine blocker, made the pop that freed him as over the top when Anthony Stafford for the first down on a 4th down carry.
And look what they're doing. Look what Miami's doing. Here's Clark. He comes up here right in the middle, and then none of these linemen can get double teams. They all got to block single. Oklahoma's got to get to the outside again to pick up a 3rd down and short yardage situation. You can see the people out there who have a chance to make the tackle.
Now a hard throw off the flank. A nice reception down to the 25-yard line for a first down. A spectacular play by Arthur Guess. Only his 4th catch of the season.
That ball looked like it bounced. I'm serious.
It came in low. Guess made the play of the night for Oklahoma, catching it.
Maybe I'm seeing things, but I thought that ball bounced when he threw it.
I think he gets it clean.
Yeah, he does. It's just the dust from his feet that are kicked up. I thought I saw dust there, and I thought the ball bounced. He played shortstop with it.
The coach is churning. They both are. First down and 10 for the Sooners, who trail 7-0. Back to the fullback. Not much there as the knockdown's made at the 23-yard line. Lydell Carr taken on by the middle linebacker, Bernard Clark. I asked George Myra Jr. what they did to stop the fullback last time they played, and he said, my only responsibility was tackle to tackle. All I looked for was the fullback and hit him every down.
Well, it certainly worked.
Our producer tonight for NBC Sports is George Finkel. Our director, John Gonzalez. The executive producer of NBC Sports, Michael Weissman. We're down inside 2 minutes to play first half. Pitch back. Stafford breaks it. He's down to the 16-yard line. On a second down and long 8, he'll be about a yard short of a Sooner first down.
Not even though the wishbone is referred to as the triple option, there are hundreds of options off of the single option. This time it's the delay with the guard pull. You see Hudson 79 gets out in front of it, and then Stafford follows him right up in there. That's a nice pickup. It's going to be third down and short again. And this is the one down that Miami has done a great job against Oklahoma so far in this first half.
Sooners try the fullback again. This time Lydell Carr fighting off tacklers. Gets inside the 15-yard line. He's going to be very close to a first down. That was a third down and less than 2 play. Third and about a yard and a half.
I think they got it marked enough for the first down. That's one of the few times third and short that you saw Bernard Clark, the middle linebacker, back off the line of scrimmage. Carr, 11 carries, 26 yards to this point. And I think Barry Switzer realized his team is struggling.
The last time Miami won the national championship, they built up a 17-0 lead 4 years ago on Nebraska, then had to hold off the Huskers, winning 31-30. Thompson caught from behind. Is he? No, he gets away, and Thompson's down to the 5-yard line. That catching a fly with the chopsticks adage flying there. Greg Mark had him, or thought he did.
He's not big. He is awful fast. He has that neck collar you see written on it is a Sioux Indian saying, "Hunter yo, clear the way." This time he cuts back inside, picks up 8.
First and goal. Now it's 2nd and 3 where they position the ball and down to the goal line with a first down. On the carry is Lydell Carr, and Coach Switzer must be feeling better about things now with 36 seconds to play. The Sooners call a timeout. 36 to go in the first half. With Bob Trumpy and Tom Hammond, this is Don Criqui back at the Orange Bowl in Miami. The national championship is on the line tonight. As you see, the Sooners are out of timeouts. With that last timeout call, the ball positioned a yard from the Miami goal line with 36 seconds to play in the half. 7-0. Hurricanes have the lead. Took the opening kickoff and went down the field, scoring on a 30-yard pass from Steve Walsh to fullback Melvin Bratton. A thing of beauty. Perfectly executed. Only the 4th TD pass the Sooners have given up all season. No timeouts left for Miami. Fullback banging close. Is he in? No signal. They'd better move quickly. Clock running as the linesmen come in, and now they stop the clock with 29 seconds to play in the half.
Here we go again, though. Right back to the line of scrimmage. Same play again, Don.
An undersized Miami defensive line holding off that huge Sooner defensive front. Here's a throw into the end zone to Jackson. He goes up and cannot come down with the ball. It'll be third down and goal for the Sooners at the Hurricane 1-yard line. It stopped the clock. The incomplete pass.
That's exactly why they did it. That's a part of why they did it. But up the gut, Oklahoma not having much success at all. Jackson almost makes this catch. Excellent athletic ability. There's no denying that. Tolbert Bain, the man in coverage. That's just the 3rd pass that Oklahoma's thrown in this first half, and it's got to be in the end zone on this play, Don.
Unless they throw it again, they won't be able to get 2 running plays off. No timeouts left. Catch back, heading in. Touchdown as Anthony Stafford takes it in, and now the extra point comes up. The Sooners meet the challenge and take it down the field, ignited by the interception by Ricky Dixon. They come down now and finally are in position to tie the game at 7-all.
That's a 15-play drive. They scrapped and scratched and scraped for every yard in that one. No big plays. A 4th down conversion. Excuse me, 3rd down conversion.
Miami Miami defense has allowed only 23 points in the first half all season, 14 in one game. The extra point is up and good. R.D. Lasher, a freshman, pops it. So through the first 30 minutes, it's a stand-up at the 1988 Orange Bowl. Now, while we have a moment, let's go to the sideline to Tom Hammond. Tom?
Barry, your offense sputtered in that first half, though you did knock it in right at the end to tie it up. Specifically, they seem to have taken the fullback out of your offense. Can you adjust?
I think so. We had too many lost yardage plays in this series. We come back, lose a few yards, and we make 8 or 9 yards. And we have to come in third down and short or fourth down to try to make it. But we got to get some more consistency. Defense is playing good now, and we got some pretty good ball.
Yeah, other than the first drive, your defense seems to have played very well.
Yeah, we are. We're playing. Of course, it's a great receiver, makes a great throw. We had 12 men on the field, didn't make any difference anyway.
All right, Barry Switzer. 7-7 at halftime. Let's go to New York now, and Gail Gardner. Gail.
Thank you, Gail. We're tied 7-7 at half. And now on the sideline, Tom Hammonds with Coach Jimmy Johnson.
Tom, we are with Jimmy Johnson. Jimmy, you scored the first time you had your hands on the ball, then shut out the rest of the way. What adjustments for the second half?
Well, the biggest problem we had the first half, we have a 15-yard penalty that kept us out of scoring position, and then we have the turnover that gave them their touchdown. We just got to eliminate a couple of mistakes, but we're playing the way I want us to play. We haven't been able to substitute anybody, so we've got to hang in there with those big son of a guns over there, because they have got some talent and they are big and strong.
All right, that's Jimmy Johnson. Back up to Don.
In the first half, the Miami defense held Oklahoma to half its average rush. Sooners came in averaging 6.5 yards a rush this season. They've been held to about 3.3 in the first half. Trump, what do you think is going to happen? You think somebody's going to break the big play?
Well, I think Oklahoma's got to try to figure out the average a little better yards per carry on that fullback. In the first half, Lydell Carr just 2.5 yards per carry. The other thing, the most impressive thing about Oklahoma in the first half is that they converted 5 of 10 third downs. Miami 3 of 6. The Oklahoma Sooners, they've run 37 plays, 34 rushes, and 3 passes. Miami with a little better balance, 14 rushes and 13 passes. So Jimmy Johnson he's right. His team is running exactly what they want. They just need it for more plays.
Both these teams came in with some doubts. The Sooners have beaten just about everybody. They have beaten everybody. They're 33-2 over the last 3 years. The only games they've lost have been to Miami. And Miami, of course, 0-3 in the bowl games under Coach Johnson. So with a tie game at the half, 7-7, again, we have to harken back to the turnovers. There's only been one. The Sooners, who tied a school record with 58 fumbles this season, have not turned the ball over in the first half. The last time they had 58 fumbles in the season, though, was 1975, as we mentioned, and they won the national championship. Edgar Bennis from Miami Beach, Florida, a walk-on, ready to kick it off now for the Hurricanes. And again, the super speed is back, waiting to receive Patrick Collins and Anthony Stafford, who scored the tying touchdown. That's Collins. Not big, 5'9", 185. Stafford's only 5'7", 175. But if they get in the open field, that's it. They stop in the end zone. This one's kicked too deep in their own end zone to bring it out. Stafford is counseled by Collins, and so the Sooners will take it from their 20. First down and 10 to open the third quarter. Cabanis split to the left side of your screen. They've not gone to him yet. Straight ahead run. The Sooner big blockers off at the snap as George Myra Jr. getting a little sustenance on the sideline. Lydell Carr was the man who got the carry on the first down play. It was good for getting a 4.
On to this point, the Miami Hurricanes have not missed George Myra Jr. His replacement, Bernard Clark, has played an excellent football game in his first half. 57, the Tiger.
He's a sophomore from Tampa, Florida, Bernard Clark. He had 2 starts in other games this season against Maryland, against East Carolina. The bone is set on 2nd and 6. Thompson keeps it himself and spins ahead to about the 27-yard line, where Greg Mark made the tackle. It'll bring up 3rd down and about 3 or 4 now for the Sooners.
Now, you see what happened at the end of that play? You see all the people that were out there for pursuit? I mean, one of the problems that Oklahoma's having with the lack of the yardage they're getting, when the fullback doesn't get up through here, everybody goes to the sideline. You can see all those people out there to make the tackle. Look at them. There's 3, 5, 6 people out there to make the tackle.
Live action now, 3rd and 2. And the Sooners aren't going to get there as Miami's Bernard Clark fills the gap and takes on the fullback. So the Hurricanes with the most important third down play. Danny Stubbs, his number's not been called much tonight.
Well, they've been running away from Stubbs.
And Blades, the All-American safety for the Hurricanes, in the first half officially had only 1 tackle and 1 assist.
Yeah, but I think that's a plus for Miami because the guys up front are making the tackles on these running backs from Oklahoma. That's not a minus.
But a concern was that Blades would make a lot of tackles at the line of scrimmage because he forces the run. Linebacker side safety, there's Brett Perriman standing back inside his 35-yard line.
Oh, watch out.
Feels a low snap very nicely and booms the ball downfield, forcing Perriman into a fair catch at his 34-yard line. Our NBC statistician Elliot Cal pointing out the Hurricanes have scored on their first possession of the second half 7 times in 11 games. This time they don't get much on first down as Melvin Bratton, who scored their touchdown on a pass reception in the first quarter, goes wide and is drilled out of bounds by Darrell Reed and Lonnie Finch.
With the exception of the first drive of the ball game, Oklahoma's defense has really shut down the Miami offense. Total scoring defense and total defense throughout this 1987 season been one of the best things that Oklahoma's done.
Second down and 9 coming up for Steve Walsh and the Hurricanes. Out pattern, he goes and makes the connection to Melvin Bratton. Bratton looking to dance his way to a first down, cannot do it. He'll be 3 yards short, knocked down by All-American Dante Jones of the Sooners.
Yeah, but you know, he got a little fancy there. Bratton's not a little kid. Bratton goes about 225. Here you see the possessions for Miami after that first one. That was pretty much it. When you got a 225-pound fullback that catches the ball in the flat, the idea is put your shoulder down, carry somebody with you for the first down. It ends up being 3rd and 4.
Throw goes to Brian Blades, and he's ahead for a first down to midfield. A 14-yard gain on the play as Walsh again surveys the whole field and gets the open man.
Richard Dillon on the tackle. McMitchell was the man back there in zone coverage, and all Blades did was come underneath the coverage. There's nobody even close to him. That's an excellent call and an excellent read by Walsh. Receivers open all over the place.
On first down and 10, the handoff goes to Warren Williams on a slant dive. He is out to about the 48-yard line of Oklahoma. A short gain on the play is coming up. To make the stop was Curtis Williams, the left tackle for the Sooners.
And number 9, Lonnie Finch.
Backs out of the backfield have been big targets for Walsh tonight and all through this season.
Gain of 2, it'll be second
Pretty
and 8.
impressive. This opening drive of the second half. If Miami can keep that going.
We pointed out front, they've scored on their opening possession of the third quarter 7 times in 11 games. Now on second down and 8. There's a throw and a drop. High throw to Michael Irvin. And that'll bring up third down and 8.
Somebody went the wrong way there. Irvin's coming back to talk to Walsh. They had a triple formation there. Irvin on the inside. Williams, the running back, right outside of him. They really had the area flooded. Irvin wasn't expecting the football.
The Hurricanes in the third quarter are moving towards the closed end of the Orange Bowl as the counterpart of quarterback Steve Walsh of Miami. Charles Thompson, a redshirt freshman for the Sooners, waits to get his shot. Wind is picking up, coming in off the Atlantic. Walsh gets time and dumps it off somehow to Bratton. Open field run by Bratton on a third down and 8. Play is good for a Hurricane first down.
This is a great play by Walsh. For young quarterbacks out there, after a 12-yard pickup, when you get in trouble, you can't just stand there flat-footed. Now watch Walsh's feet. He keeps moving them. He keeps moving them. Kind of looks like Bernie Kosar throwing that one, but it's a completion, and Bernie Kosar does that for a big third down conversion. Bratton looked like about the 5th receiver in the progression. Well, Welsh found him.
Bratton's touchdown total went to 33 career tonight when he scored in the first quarter. He's gained 67 yards on 5 receptions in the game. Leading receiver is fullback Melvin Bratton of Miami. Now he runs from scrimmage on first down and doesn't get much as those quick Sooners come across and hunt him down on the far sideline. Darrell Reed, the only player ever to make first team all Big 8 4 years in a row. Outside linebacker, really. They call him a defensive end from Cypress, Texas. 7 of Oklahoma's defensive starters are from the Lone Star State.
It does look like Oklahoma's still fresh. The humidity's not too bad tonight. There's enough of a breeze to keep it cool, but Reed looks a little tired. Every time you line up and Walsh is calling an audible as he's standing at the line of scrimmage, makes you think a little bit. I think you get more tired.
Second down, almost 9. He checked off, changed the play as you see the linebacker jump in the gap. Not close to a connection. Melvin Bratton coming out of the backfield to the near side was the intended receiver. That'll bring up 3rd down and 9. Offensive line for Miami has Darren Bruce at left tackle, replacing the injured Matt Patchen. Miami's best pass blocker. Scott Proven has moved to right tackle. Guards are Mike Sullivan and Bobby Garcia. The center is Rod Holder. The offensive line smaller than Oklahoma's offensive unit. Both playing very well. Gaines have converted 3rd and 9 and 3rd and 8 previously on this drive.
That's a screen.
They set the screen up nicely to Bratton to look at the play by Dante Jones, the Big 8 Defensive Player of the Year from Dallas, Texas.
Excellent read by Dante Jones. You could tell when Walsh dropped way back there that it was a screen coming. You see Jones 50 right in the middle of your picture. All of a sudden he sees the offensive lineman come out. He comes in behind the blockers. He's untouched to make the tackle. Greg Cox comes on for a long field goal, Don. Wind is with him.
This is his home turf, though. If he makes this one, it'll be about a 59-yard attempt. Fiegels, the punter, is the holder. He's also a trick shot artist. He's liable to run with it. There it is. Whoa! 56 yards. Greg Cox, a senior place kicker from Fort Lauderdale, gives the Hurricanes the lead.
Boy, did he nail that one. Woo! The punter Fiegels is the holder, and man, does Cox get a hold of this one. 1, Fiegels does a great job of getting it down. 2, this ball is 3/4 of the way up the uprights. The longest field goal in Orange Bowl history, 56 yards. Watch how high this ball is up on the uprights. This is a monster. They can move him back 15 yards and he still makes this one. Look.
That is amazing.
Whoa.
Longest field goal in Orange Bowl history, a 56-yarder. And so Greg Cox breaks the deadlock, and it's now a 10-7 game Miami. 10-7 Miami, and now Edgar Bennis is ready to kick it off. Switzer deep in thought. Decibel level gets as loud here when the Hurricanes are playing to a sold-out building as any place in college football. Very difficult to call signals if you're the visiting team. Stafford will down the ball, and the Sooners will again start from their 20-yard line. So far, the bone has not broken a big play, though, and this time they get virtually nothing at all as Derwin Jones, a 275-pound defensive tackle, makes the hit on Patrick Collins. Later in tonight's game, we'll be selecting the outstanding player from each team. Budweiser will donate a total of $2,000 to the school's general scholarship funds.
Watch Derwin Jones fight off the block of the center. Latham right there to make the tackle. Oklahoma's being beaten at the line of scrimmage. No other way to look at it.
Patrick Collins ran for 131 yards against Nebraska on 13 carries. He has only 31 yards tonight. Now on 2nd and 10, the Sooners are again thrown back by an inspired Miami defense led by the Tiger Man, Bernard Clark.
Again, Oklahoma faced with a 3rd down and at least 10 situation.
Barry Switzer in his 15th year as coach of the Sooners with a phenomenal record.
Let me change it now. 3rd down and 8. This is not the position that the wishbone functions very well. These are drive blockers. They're not pass protectors.
Number 1 trailing number 2 by 3 at the moment as Thompson breaks free on a 3rd down play, dives ahead, and he'll be just short of the 1st down. He was knocked down by the very quick outside backer Randy Shannon, number 22. Blades also came up on the play, as did Tolbert Bain.
Again, Oklahoma does not want to throw the football. You see the blitz by Miami. Roberts from the outside. Rod Carter from the outside. Thompson almost picks up the first down, but another punt for Oklahoma.
Todd Thompson, the Sooner punter. Brett Perriman is back deep now for Miami, positioned at his 38-yard line. Third quarter moving along quickly. 6:51 to play and the clock running. Well hit ball, a high wobbly spiral downfield forces Perriman into a fair catch at his 36. But the Hurricanes, after that 35-yard punt, will take this next possession in relatively good field position. This is Don Criqui with Bob Trumpy and Tom Hammond at the 1988 Orange Bowl, Miami, Florida. The national championship on the line. You know the scenario. The Hurricanes and the Sooners each going through an 11-game regular season unbeaten and untied, and came into this game rated number 1 and 2 in America. The last 3 times number 1 and 2 is played in college football, number 2 is won, and number 2 with the ball is leading right now 10-7. Handoff up the middle. Warren Williams runs hard and gets ahead to about the 39-yard line. Let's go down to Tom.
Dobber with Jim Kelly of the Buffalo Bills, the first in a long string of All-American quarterbacks at Miami. What about Steve Walsh, the sophomore? He's having a fine game.
Sure is. He's doing a real good job. And talked to him before the game. I said, just go out there and have fun. That's exactly what he's doing. He's stepping up to the pocket when he needed to and completed some good passes.
It looks like that he may be another in that string of All-American quarterbacks. So this pro offense gets you ready for the big time.
It sure does. Some good coaching, Gary Stevens and Jimmy Johnson. But tell you what, down here's where you want to play football. Nice weather.
Jim Kelly, let's go back upstairs.
Letting it go, and it is taken down by Brian Blades somehow inside the 35-yard line. But they rule he did not have a foot in bounds when he caught the ball, so it goes as a long out, an incomplete pass.
The other thing I got to like about Walsh, he's a lot like Jim Kelly in that he's absolutely fearless. It's a good play-action fake, holds the linebackers, and this, once again, even though an incompletion, very, very close. I think it's a good call, too, when he finally had control of the football. Watch his next. When does he? Yeah, his foot is out of bounds when he finally has control. Left foot.
Third down, 15. Walsh stands in. They take care of him, an out pattern, and there is the connection to Brian Blades inside the 30-yard line down to the 28. Turning out on cornerback Lonnie Finch. Brian Blades, the older brother of All-American safety Benny Blades, makes the reception for long yardage, not quite enough for a first down.
Again, the zone defense of Oklahoma, you see everyone dropping off. Walsh has got time. Blades runs a good pattern. It's not enough for a first down.
Blades has caught 2 tonight for 26 yards.
Now, what's going on here? It's fourth down, and they've got their offense on the field. They're going for it. Fourth down and 4. What is this?
They think they can throw the ball against the Sooner defense, which is number 1 against the pass. And here is a throw and a catch by Melvin Bratton. Melvin Bratton goes up and comes down with a ball that gives the Hurricanes a first down.
Lonnie Finch on the coverage. Jimmy Johnson going for his first national championship. This is a gutty call by Jimmy Johnson. His ball club, 32-game regular season win streak, 0-3 in postseason play. That's Bratton's 8th catch of the day.
Now it's 1st and 10 for the Hurricanes. Play fake to Bratton. Walsh guns it over the middle. It's incomplete at the 3-yard line, and the closest players to the ball were the Sooner defenders. Ricky Dixon, the All-American safety, who has the only turnover of this night. He intercepted, you remember, Steve Walsh in the second quarter, and they turned that around and went for a touchdown in 13 plays.
Don, if Ricky Dixon looks up, he makes the interception. It is right there in front of him. He's watching the receiver. The receiver did not look back. Dixon didn't look up, and it goes as an incompletion.
12th play of the drive coming up. Rain letting up somewhat, but it's still falling. Natural grass field, a tightly knit field, excellent playing surface. Walsh on 2nd and 10 goes to the draw, and Melvin Bratton takes it straight ahead, but not for very much. Did well to get to the line of scrimmage. Officials are constantly talking to the players on both sides because of all the pregame buildup and the history Miami has of doing a lot of talking. You can't intimidate Oklahoma. And concern of the Sooner coaches was that they'd retaliate and get 15 yards. Coach Johnson with a 10-7 lead. We're at the 1988 Orange Bowl in Miami, Florida. 2:56 to play in the third quarter. The clock is running. The Hurricanes rated number 2, leading 10-7. The top-ranked Sooners trying to get the ball back. Walsh again is well taken care of. Lofting the ball. Irvin is open. Touchdown, Miami. Hits the extra point. And Miami now extends its lead to 17-7.
They had the triple formation again. Oklahoma came with a blitz. Dixon is the closest man, 29. See the trips? Williams inside, Irvin outside. Just a corner pattern run by Mike Irvin. Again, Walsh absolutely on the money. On the sideline being congratulated. You know, he kept the football. He threw it up in the air, then went back and got it.
I sure would. 4 catches for Irvin for 57 yards and a touchdown. Walsh has now built up these numbers. 15 for 26, 179 yards and 2 touchdowns. He was intercepted once. The Sooners, who don't like to pass, they say that's for the pregame warm-ups, might have to start putting the ball downfield now. Anthony Stafford out to the 25 or 6-yard line. The rain has stopped. Again, it's a balmy, mild South Florida night. Now the Sooners down by 10 late in the third quarter. 2:31 to play in it. Go to the pitch back run. Free ball, and it looks like Collins got it back.
Now you see the way Oklahoma gets back in ball games with big plays is the pitch. But unfortunately, because of the lack of rushing yards up through the middle, that's what they've been going with all night. Miami's prepared for this. This pitch is behind Collins. He's lucky to recover it. Well, now trailing 17-7, a loss of 5 yards.
The Sooners have won the national championship 3 times in Barry Switzer's previous seasons. Right now, though, they're against it as they pitch back beautifully done as Thompson throws it back to Stafford. And he gets ahead on a 2nd down and 14 play out to about the 20. Let's see where they'll spot the ball as the knock out of bounds was made by Randy Shannon.
Not interesting, too. Oklahoma running into the short side of the field. That's how dominating this Miami defense has been against the Oklahoma Sooners.
Keith Jackson, the All-American tight end for Oklahoma, has not caught a pass tonight. Coach Switzer's playing hurt also. He has a knee that could need surgery after the season. Main man, the engine in the offense, Thompson rolling out, but he's going to go nowhere as Hawkins at offensive end powers him and unceremoniously slams him to the turf.
Now Hawkins, everybody's celebrating. Again, a superb game plan defensively by the Miami Hurricanes. Stringing it out at the line of scrimmage, shutting down the fullback, and they're 1 quarter away from their national championship. Jimmy Johnson's first.
That's the end of the third quarter. Miami 17, Oklahoma 7. We'll be right back after these messages from your local station. Miami, Florida, city of light. New Year's Day night, 1988, in the hometown Hurricanes. At the moment, in command of the Sooners, 17-7, as we're set now to start the fourth quarter. Don Criqui with Bob Trumpy. That penalty on All-American end, defensive end, Danny Stubbs, could turn out to be big. It kept the drive alive.
Again, although Oklahoma again faces a 3rd down and 10 situation, something that they've not particularly done very well. But Don, I think in a game of this magnitude, into the fourth quarter, it's almost a 2-down situation for Oklahoma. They've not done well, but I mean, they got to keep this drive alive, so go for it if they don't make it on 3rd down.
Throwing a catch. Thompson hits his All-American tight end.
Fumble.
And then after he gets the ball, Keith Jackson loses it. And the Hurricanes have it. A superior passing play by Oklahoma turns into disappointment as Jackson is free to the football. Randy Shannon came up with it. We'll watch the hit.
After this ball is caught, Jackson is fighting for extra yardage. Shannon just happens to be an interested bystander. The ball bounces away from Jackson right into Shannon's hands. Strangely, the first turnover of the night for the Oklahoma Sooners.
It's 1st and 10 for Miami, and up the middle of the field goes Warren Williams, and he finds his way for a gain of 6 yards out to the 33-yard line. North-south runner, he heads right at the defense. Rarely tries to go wide.
Let me correct myself. I just said there in the on camera that Jimmy Johnson's choice to go on fourth down was in the first half. It was in the second half, that 3rd quarter. That could have been the play of the game.
We're in the fourth quarter on NBC Sports. 9 minutes and 45 seconds to play. 2nd down and about 2. Williams again. Sooners get him. Down to the 33. No gain on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 2. Troy Johnson, another all Big 8 player at right end, came up and made the play. Number 80.
3rd down and 2 has really been no problem for the Miami Hurricanes all evening long.
Sooners averaging 500 yards a game offense this season, under 200 tonight. 179 is all they have against a Miami defense.
And this is no fluke. Oklahoma's turned the ball over once, only once.
Miami with 1 turnover in the game. Cleveland Gary fighting hard. He gets where he has to go as he's out to the 38-yard line. Leading the blocking was the tight end, Bob Chudzinski. So Cleveland Gary gets the Hurricanes a 1st down with 8:55 to play.
And I didn't think this was possible, but it appears to me that Miami is wearing this defense out. You see a lot of Oklahoma Sooners standing there, hands on hips, gasping for breath. You know, they're wondering, what are these guys doing here? Who are these guys? They're not supposed to do that to us. We're the #1 rushing defense in the entire country.
Hard reality setting in on the Sooner sideline. Down by 10 with 5:27 to go. The #1 offensive team in the country, #1 scoring team with 43.5 points tonight. They have just 7. Total yards, they average 500 a game tonight, just 180. Rushing yards only 151. And they average almost 430. Conley turns outside, and a young player they expect great things from at Miami gets down to the 30-yard line, maybe the 29, where all Big 8 safety David Vickers made the stop for Oklahoma.
5:12 to go for Jimmy Johnson's first national championship. And a hole burning in his gut for 364 days. That's George Myra on the sideline. He's going to celebrate. He was sent from the bench earlier by Jimmy Johnson for fear that the NCAA might protest him being there. He wants to be back for the celebration, and I don't blame him.
It always seems to have banned linebacker this game recently. That's where Bosworth couldn't play for the Sooners. Conley doesn't get a thing, but the Hurricanes content now to run the clock, and it's down to 4:30 and running. Miami 17, Oklahoma 7. Don Criqui with Bob Trumpy and Tom Hammond as Coach Barry Switzer, who has 3 national championships, still finds a light moment on the sideline. Nobody can accuse him of not being a winner. 15 years as head coach at Oklahoma, 85% wins. He has the 3rd best one-loss percentage in college football history. Only the two Notre Dame legends, Newt Rockne and Frank Leahy, had higher winning percentages.
He also has 3 national championships. Jimmy Johnson has none.
Cleveland Gary doesn't get much as Sooner linebackers wrestle him down. But again, Miami continues to run the clock, and now the official stops it. Oklahoma has called a timeout.
Greg Cox is in to try another field goal, it appears.
Easy money. This is only a 48-yarder. It's kicking into the win this time, though.
Makes no difference.
No problem. 48-yarder and a 56-yarder. And the national championship might as well be in the books. With 3:41 to play, the Hurricanes have command 20-7.
Don, unfortunately, nowadays in collegiate athletics, until you win a national championship, you are a suspect as a coach. But Jimmy Johnson winning this national championship with just 2 offensive linemen playing their normal spots. Your starting linebacker, the leading tackler in the all-time history of the University of Miami. At some point, someone must give credit to Jimmy Johnson and his coaching staff for the job they've done. They were within 5 yards and an interception last year in the Fiesta Bowl of winning 2 straight national championships. I mean, the Heisman Trophy winner throws 5 interceptions. Now their winning streak in the Orange Bowl will go to 18 straight games, and they have totally dominated the Oklahoma Sooners. There is no other way to characterize this football game. Oklahoma won no phase of this game.
How about a program where an 11-1 season's a disappointment? That's how good Oklahoma's been. Edgar Bennis hits a high spinning kick downfield in the Festus Sooner. Anthony Stafford runs it back. 10 and 15. Raking it, trying to go to the outside. He loses his footing at about the 22-yard line. Coach Switzer has a fabulously talented team coming back next season. They're always good. Throw and too much on it as he tried to gun the ball. Quarterback Thompson to wide receiver Carl Cavanis. We mentioned earlier the press has been bringing up with Jimmy Johnson late in the season, particularly in preparation for this game, whether or not he'll stay. There's been a lot of speculation he's going to get offers from the National Football League, or maybe he has.
Thompson tonight, 2 of 7 for 29 yards. It's not been his fault. The credit must go to the Miami defense. Shut down the running game and made Oklahoma throw.
Thompson, long ball, not close. The only man near it was the strong safety Darrell Fullington, and he couldn't hold it. Let's go to Tom Hammond.
John, right here, the bucket of Gatorade is being readied on the sideline for Miami.
Don't let him get
Andrew
you.
Brown is the man. Brown is the man who's going to put it on. He's the man who's going to put it on Jimmy Johnson. How many seconds left when you're going to do it?
5 seconds left in the game.
5 left in the game. Be ready for it.
Boy, that's a bad tradition passed around in college football and professional football.
Anybody dumps one on Parcells this year, probably get a fist in the mouth.
I don't think Jimmy Johnson would mind. No matter what they do to him, he's going to be happy about it.
Thompson throwing on the run and very nearly the reception by Patrick Collins, but he could not hold on off his knees. So the game clock is stopped with 3:18 to play, and 4th down and 10 comes up, and the Sooners have to fire it again. A pass offense that, as we mentioned, is not great out in the top 100 in the country. Number 1 in overall offense, number 1 in rushing offense, number 1 in scoring. But the pass, as they say in Norman, Oklahoma, is something you do in pregame warm-ups.
Oklahoma in 3 minutes and 18 seconds over the last 3 seasons will be 33-3. And those 3 belong to the Miami Hurricanes.
Thompson steps in, lets her rip, and he makes the connection to Patrick Collins, who's out across the 40 and out to the 42-yard line for a Sooner first down. 21-yard gain, and so the Sooners desperately go into alignment without a huddle. You see the timeout situation, each team with 2 remaining. Jackson gets it. He's ahead for a gain of about 9 yards. Bernard Clark was covering the tight end and made the knockdown out of zone coverage.
Randy Shannon
also.
Oklahoma really doesn't run pass patterns. Their guy just goes up between 2 linebackers and the quarterback hits him.
8-yard gain, second and 2 at the 41.
Free ball, incomplete pass. It'll be 3rd down and about 2. He was looking at 5'7" Anthony Stafford. Bernard Clark got a hand on the ball.
Bernard Clark was on the tackle. He was the late star of this football team.
Not only said he was going to have a good game, but backed it all up when the word came that leading tackler George Myra Jr. could not play because of the suspension. Bernard Clark said they're not going to miss a thing when I get in there, and they have not.
He's called all the defenses tonight for Miami. That's a very sophisticated defense. Look at that. You know what's ironic? We'll run this play and I'll tell you.
Pitch back. Collins looking to throw it. Gets it down to Jackson. And Keith Jackson with the first down is inside the 30-yard line of Miami. Down to the 29, and the Sooners quickly call a timeout with 2:28 to play.
22-yard pickup.
2:15 to go. Don Criqui with Bob Trumpy down the stretch 1 of the national championship game. As we have a fumble-rooski play, and we have the offensive lineman Mark Hudson scoring a touchdown. So it's not over yet. 2:05 to play. Shades of Nebraska a few years ago here at the Orange Bowl when the Outland Trophy winner Dean Steinkuhler picked up a play. Picked up a touchdown. Quarterback takes the snap and drops it on the field. He has to fumble it.
Watch the left guard. When that ball is on the ground, it's see it underneath the center. Nobody knows where it is. Hudson even makes a move.
Not us,
Look
not the
there.
cameras, not 76,000 people at the Orange Bowl, but we see the big guy in the payoff end. Now here, watch it again from a different angle.
Now watch, he takes it from underneath the center. Now watch the move. Well, we'll show you. He's got to move at the end of the run.
Extra point, a knuckleball is drilled up and good. 2:05 to play, and the Sooners are back to within 6.
Now watch Hudson when he gets down the field here. He even makes a nice little move there. That's only 285 pounds running down there. 29-yard touchdown run.
So now we have Oklahoma team seemingly out of it, right back in it with 2:05 to play. Passing game, that's Dr. Frank Horton, the president of Oklahoma, standing with Coach Switzer. He might be sending in the plays.
You know, Barry Switzer standing off the sideline quite a bit there. It looks like they might be kicking it over to the Oklahoma side. He was backed off from the... Let's see which side they go. No, coming this way.
Onside, ball in the air, and the Hurricanes with the good hands people up front maintain possession and get the ball at their 47-yard line.
Some pushing and shoving going on. Leonard Conley, I believe, is the man who makes the recovery. Miami coaches out there, highway patrolmen out there, referees out there.
And a very important factor here, Trump, the scoreboard clock shows each team with 2 timeouts. There is a nice open field tackle.
Fumble. Oklahoma
says they have the ball. Now they're going to rule that the field caused the fumble. Tony Woods came up with the ball, but the carrier, Cleveland Gary, was ruled down.
Tony Woods on the recovery. Of course, there's no instant replay in college football from behind the offense. It's going to be difficult now for this Miami. Yeah, good call by the official. He's down on contact. He's down. Tony Woods makes the tackle. He looked untouched. He also makes the recovery.
Sooners came in, and the local papers were favored by 2 or 2.5 points. Can't forget either that while we talk about the players that Miami's missing, Oklahoma lost one of the best wishbone quarterbacks in the history of the wishbone, Jamel Holloway, earlier this season. 2nd and 11. Not much of a gain, and the Sooners used their last time out. The fumble-rooski first became a household word a few years back here at the Orange Bowl, and here's how it ran.
Look who they're running it against. The Miami Hurricanes.
Drops the ball intentionally. Now you'll see it on the field. Dean Steinkuhler picks it up for the Cornhuskers of Nebraska. Steinschouler now a standout with the Houston Oilers, who of course will be playing Seattle in the AFC wildcard game. I throw it 3rd and 11. Michael Irvin's the big play guy. They go to win the Heat side. Length to the left.
Audible again.
Calling his own number as the quarterback. He didn't get close, but now
busted play.
With Oklahoma out of timeouts, the Hurricanes will huddle at their leisure and run the clock down as much as they can. The punter comes out. Fiegels in Oklahoma will get it back with about a minute to play.
Don, that was a busted play. That was not a rollout by Steve Walsh. That was a busted play. Called an audible. Somebody didn't get the message.
That's the game clock ticking down. Play clock's down to 11, so Fiegels waiting to get it all the way down and run as much game clock off as he can. Hits it end over end. Field goal won't do anything for the Sooners. They've got to get a touchdown, and they'll start from their 23-yard line with 56 seconds to play.
Well, this has been the best part of the Miami football team tonight. It's now in their hands. Hold Oklahoma for 56 seconds, and they have that national championship.
But as a coach, he's come up short until tonight. Thompson in trouble, somehow gets away from it. In the open field, Charles Thompson gets out to the 22-yard line. And another marker is down as Bernard Clark makes the stop for Miami. Back to the 9-yard line with 47 seconds to play. Miami 20, Oklahoma 14. First down and 24 after the clipping call against the Sooners.
Whatever trick play they got here, it better be a dandy.
They got to run that hook and ladder, pitch it back. They can't do anything when they get sacked. Free ball, and Bernard Clark will be down at the 7-yard line. Can't advance the fumble, but I think Miami takes it over. They do, and this is history. The Hurricanes, an underdog, will win a national championship again, this time under Coach Jimmy Johnson. Jimmy Johnson's ever experienced.
Finally a smile on his face, too. But it got him.
That will do it. It's in the books now as the Hurricanes will win at 20-14. The Sooners powerless to stop the clock, and nobody will congratulate Jimmy Johnson with more enthusiasm than his good friend Barry Switzer. The party has begun in Miami. It began last night, but now it really gets cooking. Look at Jimmy Johnson. The demons are gone. He's a national championship coach. Yes, just like we like it, says Jimmy.
I don't know if he's ever been baptized, but he'll not forget this one.
Going off like Caesar.
And Don, do you agree with me, the most valuable player in this game for Miami, Bernard Clark?
I'll go with that. The man who stepped in to fill in for suspended George Myra Jr. We'll be getting to that. Guys will probably go out together tonight. They're that good friends. When Barry Switzer turned 50, Jimmy Johnson called him and told him he was playing the back nine now.
Now, I don't think there's any coach that Jimmy Johnson would prefer to beat as a friendly rival than his longtime friend, Barry Switzer.
So we're going to go to Tom Hammond and a very happy coach right now.
We're on the field with a happy Jimmy Johnson. Jimmy, the national championship. How does it feel, Jimmy?
I don't know. I can't feel anything. It's fantastic. I tell you, these guys, it's unbelievable what this University of Miami football team's been through the last 4 years. Everybody throws rocks at us, but I tell you what, they have got heart. They work so hard, and I tell you what, they showed exactly the type of people they are, tonight. Unbelievable. In the third quarter, you had a play 4th and 4. You went for it. You made it. It led to what proved to be the deciding touchdown, a gutsy call. Well, I'll tell you what, when you play a great team like Oklahoma, every call's a gutsy call because they're a tremendous football team. Our team has got the best record of anybody in the country this year against bowl teams. We're 6-0 against bowl teams, and we're national champions. Is this a race last year? Oh, yeah. I can't think of anything except this very moment. It's unbelievable. I mean, if there's such a thing as ecstasy, this is great. Congratulations. Thank you. Get us out of here.
Get that man to the party. We'll be back to the 1988 Orange Bowl, where Miami has just been crowned national. Even got the Bulls out there. State Police took it also. Miami has been crowned the national champion, beating Oklahoma 20-14. Back to the Orange Bowl in a moment.